Hello, hi, good afternoon, good evening, or good morning. This is Thacienne. I'm happy to be here again. Welcome back to Mathify Analytics. I hope you have been well. It has been a while, about a week. Is it about or it's already a week? So I'm happy to see you here again. If it's your first time to be here on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you'll get notified anytime we upload a new video. Yeah, I'm sorry, today I'm going to do again something a bit different, and I hope if you don't speak Nyarwanda, we're going to hold on and just watch what we'll be doing, even if we will be mixing languages. Today I will be mixing English and Kinyarwanda, so that's why I'm sorry for those who don't understand Kinyarwanda, but I hope you are going to still follow and understand what we'll be doing. So yego muraho murakomeye mumeze neza, ndizera ko mwese aho muri kureba muri mumeze neza, natwe tumeze neza. Turagarutse rero, ndagarutse tuje gukosora ibizami bya leta. Twasanze ari byiza ko mu gihe turi gukosora ibi bizami bya leta twajya dusobanurirana nk'abanyeshuri b'abanyarwanda bavuga ururimi rw'ikinyarwanda, nk'uko mu ishuri dusobanurirana. Donc iyo tumaze kwiga tukaba ngombwa ko dusobanurirana dukoresha ikinyarwanda kivanze n'icyongereza kugira ngo turusheho kubyumva neza. Niyo mpamvu mu gihe turi gukosora ibi bizami tuzajya tuvanga ikinyarwanda n'icyongereza kugira ngo turusheho kubyumva neza. Niba ufite ikibazo cyandike muri comment utubwire, niba ufite icyo wongeraho ku byo twakoze nabyo byandike muri comment utubwire. Niba uri umubyeyi ukaba ufite umwana witegura kuzakora ibizami, ni byiza kuko akosora ibi bizami akareba uko ibizami byo mu myaka yashize byari bimeze nuko ibizami bikorwa kugira ngo arusheho kwitegura neza azatsinde neza. Ubwo rero no kumubwira ukamubwira uti twabonye kuri channel yacu yitwa Mathify Analytics, ujye ugenda wicare wige twigane. Uyu munsi rero tujya gukosora kino kizami, ni ikizami cyakozwe umwaka ushize ku itariki 25 z'ukwa karindwi umwaka 2023 ku banyeshuri bigaga muri MCB, MCE, MEG, MPC, MPG na PCM. Urumva bari abantu bo muri options nyinshi zitandukanye, ni ikizami gihuriweho n'amasection menshi atandukanye. Ndizera rero kuko muraza gukurikira muri benshi, nza kubabona hano muri benshi mukanda like kandi muna sharing. Abatarabakora subscribe mukore subscribe, hanyuma tujye tugendana twigane. Nasanze ari byiza kuko mu gihe turi gukosora ibi bizami tutajya tubikosorera icyarimwe byose ngo video ibe ndende, ahubwo ndashaka ko tujye dukora video tugufiya, nibura video itarengeje iminota 30. Tuzajya duhera ku kibazo cya mbere dukosore iminota 30 nishira, wenda ndidukabya dayibe 40 duhagarare. Ubutaha dukomereza aho twahagarariye. Icy'ingenzi nuko tuzajya dukosora ikizami tukakirangiza. Uyu munsi rero tugiye guhera ku kibazo cya mbere muri section A, turagarukira ku kibazo, ntabwo turarenga ikibazo cya karindwi nituba twihuse. Nituba tutihuse nibura turagera ku cya gatanu duhagarare. Ubutaha niba rero cyangwa ejo bundi murambabarira, ntabwo nkora video buri munsi. Ubwo niba rero cyangwa ejo bundi tuzakomereza aho tuza kugarukira uyu munsi. Ubwo rero twatangiye tugiye guhera ku kibazo cya mbere. Ndizera kuko ubu buryo bushya tugiye kujya dukoresha murabukunda. Niba nimubukunda muze gukanda like mubinyereke ko mwabukunze kugira ngo tujye tuvanga ikinyarwanda n'icyongereza. Nimba mutabikunze muzambwire muti no, ibyo bintu ntabwo twabikunze, ntabwo ari byiza. Just speak English, we want to speak English. I will do that. Yes, so let's start. The first question in section A was this: state the cosine and sine laws which are used to solve practical problems involving triangles and angles. So this was it just to state laws. How many laws do we have? How many cosine laws do we have, and how many sine laws do we have? So yes, so then let me try to sketch a triangle here. Let me sketch a triangle. Am I going to be able to sketch this triangle with these tools? But I'm going to try. We sketch a triangle. I sketch triangle. Let's say this triangle, and I call this point A, this corner A, and this corner B, and this corner I call it C. Yeah. So we have angle. This angle is A, and this angle is B, and this angle is C. And the side opposite to A, I call it A. This side, I call it A. And the side opposite to B, I call it B. The side opposite to C, I call it C. Like this. Right? Yes. So then from this triangle, what are the cosine rows? Cosine rows. Cosine rows. What are the cosine rows? The cosine rows says that, for instance, if we want to find the length of this side, niba dushaka kureba uburebure bwa side A, A squared will be equal to B squared plus C squared and minus 2BC cosine of angle A. You see, when we need A, then we will use the cosine of A, opposite angle. We need the opposite side to the angle A, then cosine A. And if we need the opposite side to the angle B, then that side B, then B squared will be equal to A squared plus B, or not B, C, plus C squared and minus 2AC, and cosine of which angle? We need B, then cosine of angle B, not A, angle B. Angle B. Angle B, yes. And what about the side C? Then C squared will be equal to A squared plus B squared minus 2AB, not C, 2AB, and cosine of which angle? And cosine of angle C. Cosine of angle C. So these are the cosine rows that they asked. They wanted you to state these rows. And what if the angle, one of the angle is it has a 90 degrees. Niba niuza angle wenda tuvuge A ifite dogere 90, urabona ko niba 90 hano bizaba kangahe? Cosine of A izahita iba 0, kino cyose kibe 0, hahita hasigara A squared equal B squared plus C squared, which is the Pythagorean theorem that I'm not talking about today. So that was the cosine rows. And they also asked the sine rows. Let me write it here. Sine rows. And the sine law, what does the sine law? The sine law says that the side A, what am I typing? I clean this, yes. It says that the side A over sine of alpha, not alpha, of A should be equal to sine the side B over sine of angle B, and it should be equal to side C over sine of angle C. So this was the sine row that they asked. So once you know these values, depending on what you want to calculate, then you use one of those rows when you are either calculate. For instance, if you have been given two sides and one angle, you can find the length of the other side. if you have been given, let's say, two sides, uh, um, or two angles and one side, you can find another side. So using the sine rules. So these rules are very useful when you are calculating the length and the angles in a triangle. So izi ngizi nizo ni rows nizi ngizi babazaga. Yeah, that was it. So let's move to the second question. Ikibazo cya kabiri. Ikibazo cya kabiri cyarabazaga ngo in a geometric progression, insert four geometric terms that are between 2 and 6,250. Okay. This was okay. Yes, we have a geometric sequence, a geometric progression, or a geometric sequence. In a geometric sequence, what you need to know is that it's any sequence Sn defined that such that Sn plus 1 is equal to Sn times a constant r, or you can write it like Sn plus 1 over Sn is equal to a constant r. And this constant r, how do we call this constant r? This constant r is called common. How do we call this? This is called a common ratio. Common ratio. So in a progressive, in a geometric progression or sequence, we have this. So then, and we are told that the first term in that progression is 2. This is the first term, and then in here there is other numbers, and the fifth term is 6,000. Is it the fifth term? No, this is the sixth maybe 600 and 200, 6,250. And they asked to insert how many terms. In between, they said that we have to insert 4 terms in here. We need to insert 4 terms between 2 and 6,250. So how do we do this? We need 4 terms. What we know that they are linked with a given common ratio r. So if the first term is 2, the second term will be 2 times r, and the third term will be 2 times r, then times r squared, and the third term will be 2 times r squared times r, then times r power 3. How many? 1, 2, 3. We need another one. Then the third term will be 2 times r power 3 times r, then 2 times r power 4. These are 4 terms that we need to compute. These are the 4 terms. These are the 4 terms that we have to find. And then the next term will be these 6. If we calculate it based on this term, we should get 2 times r power 5. And 2 times r power 5 in our case is equal to 6,250. So then we need to find r. With this value, we can get r. And once we get r, we are ready to compute the remaining terms. So let's calculate r. Then we have 2 r power 5 equal to 6,250. Yes. And then r power 5 equals to this one 6,000 over 2, then we have 3,125. Yes. And then in this case r will be equal to fifth. This is the fifth root of 3, 1, 2, 5. And you can use your computer to find the fifth root of this one. And I have computed it, or you can just decompose that number so that you can see how, if you can get a number to which you can put it to power 5 and get 3,125. So if you use your calculator, you will get R. I have calculated R is equal to 5. You get R equal to 5. And after getting your value of R to be equal to 5, and we are ready to compute now the 4 terms. So the first term will be 2 as this given. Then the second term will be 2 times 5, 10. And the second term will be 10 times 5, then 50. And the next one will be 50 times 5 is 250. And 250 times 5 is equal to what? I have 1 and 2 and 5 and 0. Yes. And then the next one is the last one, which is 6, 2, 5, and 0. So the 4 terms that they asked was these 4 terms. This. Yes. 10, 50, 250, and 1250. That was it. Donc imibare babajije ni ngiyi. No kuvuga ngo kuri iki kibazo icyo ukora ni iki, mukurikije uko mubonye tugikoze, ikintu cya mbere ukora ushaka iyi common ratio. Common ratio wamara kuyibona no kuvuga ngo twahereye hano ni kabiri, ikurikiyeho izaba 2 dukubye ya common ratio, tugende dukuba common ratio twongeremo terms zingana n'umubare batubwiye. Umubare batubwiye ko hagati tugomba gushyiramo how many terms? Enye. 4 terms. Niyo mpamvu twashyizemo imibare 4 ariyo yaze kugarukira. So then after getting the common ratio, you are able to compute your numbers just like this. Yeah. Sibyumvikana? Yes, birumvikana. Twakomeje rero. Next question. Question number 3. Solve this equation. E power, I need to write it somewhere. So it's e power x minus 1. Yeah, we can solve it. Let me solve it. Solve. The question is to solve e power x minus 1 minus 18 e power 1 minus x. This is x. Yes. And minus 3 equals 0. That was the question. We need to solve this equation. How do we solve this kind of equation? We need to transform it. Here we have e power x minus 1. And here we have e power 1 minus x. We need to transform this into this. So we can transform this equation this way. It is e power x minus 1 minus 18 and e power minus. If I multiply minus, hano ningubaho minus, hano bizahita bihinduka x minus times minus, then x, and then minus 1, like this. Hano ni kubaho minus 1 kugira ngo dukomeze tukugire iki ngiki nyine, hano bizahita bihinduka x, hano bihinduke minus 1 kugira ngo iyi minus nini kubana n'ingi bikomeze bibe plus 1 nkuko hano dufite plus 1. Yes, niyo mpamvu tugenje kuri, then minus 3 equals 0. And if you can see this, then what do we do? Hano dukora iki? Icyo ukora turakora substitution. We substitute this e power x minus 1, e power x minus 1 by something else. Let's say e power x minus 1 is equal to y. Like this. If it is equal to y, then we substitute, turafata ino y tuze tuyisubize tuyishyiremo hariya hejuru, bizahinduka y here, e power x minus 1, it's y, then minus 18 over what? Or I can write y power minus 1 like this. Then minus 3 equal to 0. And this is y minus 18 over y minus 3 equal to 0. Ndakeka hano biri kumvikana. Hanyuma then we put this on the common denominator to get y squared minus 18 and minus 3y over y, and if we take y times 0, then it will be 0, then this will be equal to 0, like this. And this is the same as writing y squared minus 3y minus 18 equal to 0. And you can see that this is a quadratic equation. And there is many ways to solve a quadratic equation. You can either use a discriminant method or you can factorize this one. And to me, jewe iyo ndi gukora ino equation, quadratic equation, hano imbere hakaba hariho rimwe, hakaba hari rimwe, coefficient hano akaba ari rimwe. If you have one coefficient, I prefer factorize it. Nitamo gukora factorization instead of using discriminant. But if you want to use discriminant, you can use it, it's okay. But we can also factorize. How do we factorize this kind of equation when we have one here? Ushaka imibare ibiri uzafata ukayikuba, wayikuba ukabona minus 18, wayiteranya ukabona minus 3. Iyo mibare ni iyi. Iyo mibare urabona kuko it is minus 6 and 3. Kubera iki? Kuko minus 6 nidukuba gatatu bizaba kangahe? Minus 6 times 3 equal to minus 18. And minus 6 times plus 3 equals minus 3. So the numbers that we need is minus 6 and 3. Then this equation is the same as y minus 6 times y plus 3 equals 0. Then this holds if y is equal to 6 or if y is equal to minus 3. And minus 3, y equal minus 3, this is discarded. This one should be discarded. Why do we discard this one? Discarded or rejected, I don't know which term you discarded. This is discarded. But why do we discard this? This minus 3. Because we have supposed that y is equal to e power x minus 1. And this function, e power minus x minus 1, it is a positive function. Iriya e power minus x minus 1 ntabwo izigera iba negative. Na rimwe ihora ari positive. Exponential equations are positive equations. Niba rero ari positive itazigera iba negative, hano tukaba tubonye ino y ingana na minus 3. Urumva ko ntabwo yubahiriza iki ngiki e power minus x minus 1. Niyo mpamvu iyi ngiyi duhise tuyijugunya. We discarded. Then after discarding it, what do we get? What do we have? After discarding this one, we remain with y equal to, where do I write? Then let me write down. Is it good to write down or just here? Okay, let me write here. It's better so that you can be seeing everything. I can just draw a line here. Yes. And we have for if y is equal to 6, then we have y not y. We have y equal to 6. Then we have e power x minus 1 equal to 6. We have e power x minus 1 equal to 6. And then, how do we solve this equation? We apply natural logarithm ln to both sides. Then ln of e power x minus 1 is equal to ln of 6, like this. Then how, if you this gives x minus 1, then equal to ln of 6. Then x equal ln of 6 plus 1. So that was the answer. And remember to write the set of solution. S equal to ln of 6 and plus 1. Yes, that was it. Yeah, wasn't it easy? Ntibyari byoroshye ntabwo nzi niba hano nandikaga mwe murimo kuhareba neza, niba abataharebaga reka twandike igisubizo hano hasi kugira ngo buri muntu ariko hariya hejuru noneho muri kukibona. Yes, this is the answer. X equal to ln of 6 plus 1. That was it. Si byari byoroshye ni ukuri pe. Reka turebe ikibazo gikurikiyeho rero. Next equation. Tugeze ku cya kane deja. Iminota 30 ntiyari yashira ngo turekeraho. Icya kane. Find the differential equation of all straight lines passing through the origin. Hano barimo kutubaza differential equation y'imirongo yose ibaho inyura muri origin. Iki kibazo se gikorwa gitera? Do you remember? Arabyibuka ukuntu bagikorara munyibutse. All what we know, donc turashaka we have a Cartesian plane. Imirongo yose, what do I do? Am I going to sketch them? Imirongo yose inyura hano muri origin. All possible, yes. All possible lines. Any line that pass through the origin. We need a differential equation that describes all these lines that pass through the origin. So, icyo tuzi nuko umurongo wose unyura muri origin ufite equation y equal to m times x. Si ubundi umurongo equation of a line in general is twongeraho a constant. Ariko iyi constant iyo tuyongereho ntabwo umurongo ukinyura muri origin. Kugira ngo umurongo unyure in the origin muri origin iyi si igomba kuba ingana na 0. Niyo mpamvu equation imirongo yose inyura muri origin igira equation of this form. Yes. All lines that pass the origin, they have equation of this form. Y equal to m times x, where m belong to r. Yes. But iyi m uyu mubare m hano uri hano. Urugero nitufata m ingana na rimwe, tuzaba tubonye just one line. Ni umurongo umwe tuzabona x equal y only. Donc ni umurongo unyuramo hano gutya x equal y. Nitufata m ingana na 2 tubona undi murongo, m ingana na 3 undi murongo. Urumva no kuvuga ngo iyi m is specific. This m is specific for just one line. Each m is specific for just one line. Intego y'iki kibazo ni iyihe rero? The purpose of this question is to take away this m. Iyi m ni gute twayikuraho ku buryo tugira ikintu kiri very general, ku buryo iyi m itaduteza ibibazo, kuko m nuyisimbuza umubare uzayisimbuza uzabona umurongo umwe gusa ntabwo ushobora kubona imirongo yose. But there is a way to write these lines in a general form ku buryo umurongo wose uburi included. How do we do this? What do we do? It's just to differentiate this. Icyo dukora, we differentiate this y equal mx Then we have y. We have y equal to mx. Then if we differentiate both sides, we will get dy equal to mdx. And this can be the same as dy over dx equal to m. And the purpose is to take away this m. Just remove m and take it away. How do we take it away? We substitute it by its value, and we find its value from here. From this we can get m equal to y over x. And if we take this value and we insert it in here, we will get dy over dx equals to y over x. And that was we were asked to. Iki nicyo batubazaga. This is the differential equations that they wanted. And this differential equation describe any line that pass through the origin. That was it. Yeah, si byari byoroshye. Nukuri byari byoroshye. It was that one. Just this differential equation. Igikurikiyeho twihute tureko nibura twakora ikindi kibazo kimwe cyangwa bibiri hanyuma tugahagarara. Next equation was find the vector and parametric and the symmetric equations of the line L passing through the point A and with direction U. We have a point A, 3 minus 2, 4, 2, 3, 5. Do I remember that? We have a point A. We have a point A of coordinate 3 minus 2 and 4, and we have a vector U of coordinates. I don't remember the coordinates, the components. I don't remember I have already forgotten. It's 2, 3, and 5. 2, 3, and 5. And we were asked to find the vector equation and parametric equation and symmetric equation of this line. So let's start with the vector equation. The vector equation of the line L. Vector equation of the line L. How do we write equation of the line L? A vector equation. You just take this point. It will be the point 3 and minus 2 and 4, and then you add t. This is any value that you can take. Then you have to multiply it with the direction tu, and u is just 2, 3, and 5. So and if you yes, that's it. That's the vector equation. You can just write it this way. This is the vector equation. And then we were also asked to find the parametric equation. Parametric equation. How do we find the parametric equation? Parametric equation. We have you just start from this L. We have L of equation 3 minus 2 and 4 and plus t times 2 and 3 and 5. So then this is the same as L of equation 3 and plus 2t This is the first coordinate, and the second coordinate is minus 2 and plus 3t. Yes, and then the third coordinate is 4 and plus 5 and plus 5t. Yes, and you can now we have this, and now you can write it like you suppose that again you can write it like x equal to 3 plus 2t, and y equal to minus 2 plus 3t, and z equal to 4 plus 5t. This is the parametric equation that they asked. We have area of coordinate x, y, and z, and x defined this way, y defined this way, and z defined this way. This is the parametric equation. That's how we find the parametric equation. And they also asked to write the symmetric equation. How do we write the symmetric equation? Symmetric equation. How do we write it? Symmetric equation. How do we write the symmetric equation? You just find t from all these parametric equation. If we find t from the first equation, we will get t equals to x minus 3 over 2. Yes, and from this equation, the second equation, we will get t equals to what? Let me write it down here very well. I clean this because I don't want it. Yeah. Yes. Then from the first equation, and from the second equation, we have t equals to y plus 2 over 3. And from the third equation, we have t equals to z minus 4 over 5. So then to write a symmetric equation, you just write x minus 3 over 2 equals y plus 2 over 3 equals z minus 4 over 5. And that was it. Donc babazaga. This is the symmetric equation, and this is the parametric equation, and the vector equation is the other one that we had up there. The vector equation is this one. You can just this one. Yes. Yeah, that was it. Bose murabona bitari byoroshye koko. Igikurikiyeho, iminota se yashize ratwarekeye aho. Igikurikiyeho cyari iki? Reka dukore kiriya cya gatandatu ubundi turekeraho. Tugiye gukora kino kibazo cya gatandatu turekeraho, sibyo? Turekeraho tuzakomeza ubutaha. Ikibazo cya gatandatu kiboze. Find the square root of complex numbers 3 plus 4a. Complex numbers. Ubanza mutari mwabyiga ariko babyize si byoroha. Reka nze mbereke kuru byoroshye. Dufite a complex number. We have a complex number z. We have z equal to 3 plus 4i. And we are asked batubwiye gushaka calculate, find. We are asked to find square root of z. There is two ways. Hari uburyo bubiri ushobora gukoramo iki kibazo. Ushobora gukoresha polar form cyangwa ugakoresha algebraic form. Ntabwo ndi which one is the fastest for you, ariko kubera kuko nzi ko abanyeshuri benshi mudakunda ibintu bya trigonometry, tujya gukoresha kubera kuko abanyeshuri benshi mudakunda ibintu bya trigonometry, tujya gukoresha algebraic form. Ni ukuvuga ngo iyo bakubajije iki kibazo ugomba kuvuga ngo you suppose let square root of z equal to another complex number a plus b I. Then our question is to find the value of a and the value of b. So how do we do it? We have z squared equal a plus bi, and then this implies that square root of 3 plus 4i is equal to a plus bi. And if I square both sides, what do I get? If I square both sides, what do I get? Ndushyira impuza impande zose side zose on square, what do we get? This will be the first side ya mbere izaba 3 plus 4i, and the second side will be a squared plus 2 a b I and plus b squared I squared. Sibyo? Muri kubibona hariya, turi kubibona. And remember, I squared is equal to minus 1. So then we will have 3 plus 4i equal to a squared minus b squared plus 2abi. Iyi minus b squared iturutse murahabonye, it's this minus 1 times this b squared, then iyi plus gahinduka minus this b squared akaba ariyo nzana, then minus b squared. Numva mubibonye noneho. Okay, so then two complex numbers are equal if their real parts are equal and imaginary parts are equal. Complex numbers ebyiri ziba zingana iyo real part zazo zingana na imaginary parts zikaba zingana. Bivuze iki rero? Bivuze ko kugira ngo iyi complex number ingane n'iyi complex number, bisaba ko iyi gatatu igomba kuba ingana n'iyi. Sibyo? Noneho I take another color. Noneho imaginary parts nazo zikagira gute zikangana. Ni ukuvuga ngo iyi kane, this 4 should be equal to 2ab. Kugira ngo izi complex numbers zingane ni kuri bigomba kuba bimeze. Hanyuma ukifashisha biriya ugahita ukora system of equation akaba ariyo usolvinga. We solve this system equation. We solve b a squared minus b squared equal to 3 and 2ab equal to 4. We solve this system of equation. Murabona bitoroshye ko? Nukuri biroroshye. From this second equation, what do we have? We have that b is equal to 4 over 2a. Then it's 2 over a. Isn't it true? Simubibona hano nuko bimeze. Noneho tugafata iyi ngiyi tukayizana mu hano. If we put it there, what do we get? Turahita tubona iki? We will get a squared minus b squared, then minus 2 over a and squared, and this should be equal to 3. Serious? And then what do we get? We will get a squared minus 4 over a squared equals to 3. And then we put this on the common denominator. If we put this on the common denominator, we'll get a power 4 minus 4 over a squared equals to 3. Sibyo? Ngo turi kugenda step by step kugira ngo buri muntu wese abashe kubibona. And then this can be multiplied here, and we will get a power 4 minus 4 equal to 3a squared. Sibyo? Sibyo? Yes, that's true. And then what do we get? We get a power 4 minus 3a squared minus 4 equals 0. This is also, this equation can be also transformed into a quadratic equation. Then we need to solve this equation to get a. Is it okay if I can just go up here? Because I want to use this space. We can just draw a line here. Yes. And we need to solve our equation. We need, what am I writing? Sorry for the mess. These tools, I want to clean this, sure. Okay, so let's solve our equation. We have a squared, is it a squared? A power 4 minus 4, is it minus 4? Or minus something else, let me see, I don't remember. A power 4 minus 3a squared minus 4 equal to 0. We have a squared, a power 4 minus 2, 2a. I'm forgetting my brain. Minus 3a squared minus 4. This is 3, not 2. A power 4 minus 3a squared minus 4 equal to 0. How do we solve this question? You suppose again we rate, let's say y equal to a squared. You suppose y equal to a squared, and then if we suppose y equal to a squared, we will get y squared minus 3y minus 4 equal to 0. Two numbers whose factor is minus 4 and sum equal to minus 3, it's 4 and 1. So we have it's minus 4 and 1. Then we have y minus 4 times y plus 1 equal to 0. If and only if y equal to 4 or y equal to minus 1, and this is rejected. That one is rejected. Do you know why we have to reject it? Minus 1 is rejected. Why do we reject it? Why minus this is rejected? Because y is equal to I. Something, yes, because y is equal to a squared, and a squared, it is always positive. any number squared is always positive. So since we get a negative value here, we have to reject it. Umubare wose iyo ushyize o kare uhora uri positive. Kubera kuko rero hano tubonye negative, niyo mpamvu iyi ngiyi duhita tuyijugunye. We reject it. We remain with only this y equal to 4. Since y is equal to 4, then we have a equal to square root of y, because y is equal to a squared, and we get a equal to square root of 4 equal to square root of 4 equal to 2. We get y a equal to 2. Since we have already a equal to 2, then we can get b. But again, is the square root of 4 equal only to? It is equal to 2 plus or minus. It's plus or minus 2. Plus or minus 2. And then we come back to here. Then we calculate b. Then b will be equal to 2 over a, then 2 over plus or minus 2. And b will be equal to plus or minus 1. If a is equal to 2, b is equal to 1. Then we have the solution. The solution will be either 2 plus I mean our let me write it very well. Kambyandike neza kugira ngo mwese mubibone. Byandike neza kugira ngo mwese mubibone. Umubare icyo complex number twashakaga ni iyi ngiyi, this one. Twashakaga a plus bi. So then we will get square root of z equal to, we have square root of z equal to a plus b I. Then if a is equal to 2, b is equal to 1, and if a is equal to minus 1, b is equal to minus 1. So then square root of z will be equal to square root of z equal to either 2 plus 1 I or 2 minus I. Yeah, and since this you know that any roots, if we have square root of a complex number, we should have two solutions. So then we can either have this or this. We can have either 2 plus I or minus 2 and minus I. And if you are asked to find the principal root, do you remember what we call principal root? If you are asked to compute the principal root, it's not what we have been asked. We have been asked to compute the square root. So then either this or this one. So we have two square roots, this and this. If we were asked to compute the principal root, it is a root whose argument is in the first quadrant. Ubwo ni ukuvuga ngo ni complex number ifite argument iri muri first quadrant. Ubwo ni ukuvuga ngo yaba ari iyi ngiyi gusa kuko hano ni negative. Do you remember how to find the argument? Do you remember how to find the argument of a complex number? If you don't remember, then you have to go and read it, and then you remember it. Anyway, if we were asked to find the principal root will be this one. Yeah. Okay, that was it. So let's stop here. We can stop by here. Next time we will continue to question number. Is it question number 7? Yes, question number 7. So wasn't it easy? It was easy. I think you have learned something. Ndizera kuko mwizemo utuntu twinshi hano, ubwo niba mwakunze video nimwibagirwe gukirika like, kandi ntabwo mutayikunze nabwo mukirike we don't like. I don't care, just click don't like if you didn't like it, but if you like it, why not clicking just like. And if it's your first time, don't forget to subscribe. Niba aribwo bwa mbere uje hanga kuri channel yacu, nyaboneka subscribe. Why not subscribing? Subscribe, then nanjye menye kuko hari abantu benshi turi kumwe bankurikira, ngire courage nanjye nzi mbakosorera ibi bibazo. Murakoze, mugire umunsi mwiza, cyangwa se mugire umugoroba mwiza, cyangwa mugire igitondo cyiza. Imana ibane namwe. Bye, naho ubutaha. Welcome back. Bye.